Well, good morning, everybody. Decided to just go up a couple minutes early, been just sitting here waiting. Get the camera to do what I want. I do not like these cameras, I'm telling you. There. All right. So, as we all know, this is October. October means kind of a change of colors, and we that even goes for the fish. So, what we got going today is like the thumbnail and gold. I don't know how well you're going to see it against my shirt, but that's how it goes. So I appreciate all of y'all being in here, and let's tie some. So we've got 5 people in here so far, is what it says. Let's share us out. You know how the mod, you mod, you know what to do. Share us out, like everybody, share everybody else out. Let's just get with it. So during October, I like to use golds and browns and uh, you know, colors like that. So we're going to start off with some yellow feather, kind of in that gold color scheme. That tail was way too long. Cut about 1/8 or so off of it. Do that. There we go. That's it. Get out of the way here so you can see it. There you go. My orange shirt don't help none. Of course, this camera it kind of looks like it's a yellow shirt. I found a camera that I kind of like, and the reviews seem like they're good and stuff. But it's $150, and I mean, that's kind of ridiculous for a webcam. I'm almost tempted to just start using my phone in TikTok mode. Bad thing is you get unwanted in there, and they start talking crap. So we are going to do a giveaway today. Today there's only going to be one giveaway. So and then next week there'll only be one giveaway. So there's a little more feather in there. But anyways, hope everybody's having a blessed week. Been a trying last week for us. So just things happening in life, you know how it goes. Naomi does have another appointment to figure out exactly what is going to be the plan of action, and it just, I mean, it is what it is. But she's got an appointment on the 27th, which also is Jody's birthday. We're going to throw in gold there. So we got some gold tinsel as well. The tinsel anymore is stiff, and I mean, it's just not the same as it has been for years. I don't know what the deal is with these manufacturers, but they've like, their tinsel has gotten stiff. I mean, it's thicker, heavier. I'm not a fan. I like that more supple and lighter flash. And then we got gold chenille here. So this is what we got going on. So come on, camera, focus for me, please. There you go. So let's go ahead and say good morning to everybody that's in here. All right, we got Chad. Welcome in. Norman. Keith. Keith, if you haven't got your package yet, you have a package on the way. Oak Slope, same thing. If you haven't got your package, it's on the way. Catfish Fresno. Indiana Chris. Norman. There's there's Jody right there. And she does have a birthday coming up for too long. All right. So we said good morning to everybody that's in chat or that's posted in chat. The lurkers, welcome in as well. See, these are all good feathers, pretty much. Sometimes you get packs that are just beautiful feathers, and then sometimes you get stuff that ain't nothing but junk. Spent most of yesterday in and out of the shop. My son showed up and was like, "Well, I'm going to change my diff fluids and things like that, and then I'm going to figure out what's squeaking under my hood." So he's got a Toyota 4Runner in 1999, and they have uh, three belts on the front of the V6, and so we eliminated one belt at a time to see what was squeaking, and it was still squeaking, which told us water pump. But also he had a leak, so I was assuming it was water pump from the get go. He was just hoping it wasn't. And if you don't know, on those little V6s, I shouldn't say little because it's a bigger V6. On those V6s, the water pump. In order to change the water pump, you have to take the timing belt off and get clear into it. So while you're in there, you might as well replace the timing belt as well. So that's what we're going to do. It's like a $2,000 job if you go to a dealership, and so we just do that kind of stuff ourselves. It's just easier and cheaper. Maybe it's not easier. It'd be easier to just drive it to the dealership and let them do it, but it is way cheaper. So you can get good quality part for about $400 for the set, and then just do it yourself. So that's what we've elected to do. This will be about this will be the third time we've changed timing stuff on a Toyota, so no big deal. Um, the I mean, it's just maintenance. So now he'll be good for another 100,000. He'll have a good water pump, that kind of stuff. So we, I'm of course I make him do most of it, but I go and help when he needs help. Sometimes it takes more than just two hands, or it just takes a little bit different approach and knowledge to do what it needs to be done. So that's what we did. Right now it's all tore apart, waiting on parts. Parts won't be here until probably Tuesday or Monday, I'm hoping. But, it is what it is. And then when they get here, he's got a trip that he's going on Friday. So if they don't show up, the latest they're supposed to be here is Thursday. So if they don't show up until Thursday, I guess he's going to be coming here at 8 o'clock at night and doing it while I'm in bed. Hey, Lisa, Kim, Shirley. I'm missing people here. What we highlighting and doing stupid stuff. We got Catfish Dog in here. Good morning, Lisa. Curly T. I'll probably miss some other people, but didn't mean to. I do. Sitting here tying jigs, you know how it goes. I don't sometimes just don't pay attention enough to the screen because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing, especially when I'm stacking feathers instead of just laying in feathers. I've kind of changed the style of my jigs a little bit. Gone where they just not much past the tail versus here's an old style. So older style, longer, a little bit longer body, and marabou on that one, of course. This just seems like this is what people are wanting more of, so this is what I've been trying more of. And these ones are for an order. But there again, if you want to support us, the best way to do so is just buy some jigs, buy a hat, buy a shirt. Buy a rod holder. I got one right here still. So this is a DHA rod holder. So stuff that's on the market, in my opinion, like I keep saying. But this one is a small one. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait about another half an hour or plus for Gregory to get here. He's at the thrift store finding things to show y'all. So yeah, I'm just here to fill the time until he gets here. Gregory interacts a lot with y'all on other lives that I'm either too busy to get on or just spending time with Naomi really much this lately since we found out that things are going on with her health wise. So thank you, Smoky Mountain. I appreciate that. So needless to say, on the show today, we're going to be pretty much tying up gold. Also, I kind of think I got some sinus stuff going on, kind of making me feel kind of, I don't know, kind of groggy. Been blowing my nose all morning. Stomach kind of bothering me a little bit. Ate fried fish the other day. We went and caught some crappie and stuff. Had some fried shrimp as well, and man, that just tore my stomach up for the next 2 days. I don't eat fried stuff anymore, and that kind of got to me, I guess. Hey, Curtis, dog and I. Gonna try to go do some fishing today. If it ain't too warm, it's supposed to be. What's it supposed to be today? 88. Yeah, it's supposed to be 88 today, so that's kind of warm this time of year. Of course, the sun's not at the same angle, so it doesn't seem as hot as what it would be if it was back to the summer. I guarantee you, after the show, I'm putting on a cutoff because I'm already hot. Sleeves have got to go. 74 there today. Yeah, I seen some people taking stuff off of Facebook and stuff. I don't know what the deal is with that. I know I didn't. I got a short of Naomi fishing. I mean, not her really fishing, but her swinging a fish around. She caught a fish, a green sunfish, and she was happy about it. She went fishing with us for about an hour. She came over to Pratt while we was fishing, and she stopped and she was going to the grocery store and stuff. But she stopped to fish with us for a little bit, and she caught a green sunfish. Get her on something bigger before too long. I told her we could put a carp rod out for her, and she's like, "No, I'm just fine with what I'm doing." But I bought her a new fishing pole. I bought her a Zepco 33. She likes them. She can't cast a bait caster or a open face very well. Bait caster, I'm not digging the knot out of it. Yeah, I think winter's going to come on quick this year too. I think we're going to be warm, 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 and then all of a sudden, here's the cold. But I bought Naomi. We went to oh Atwood, and Atwood had 25% off all their fishing stuff. So they had a Zepco combo with 2 reels, and I was like, "Oh, let's just get that." So got a Zepco and 2 reels for $30. Couldn't beat that. So she was happy about that. She was with us when we got it. After I said, "Is this what you like?" And she said, "Yep." I don't like to have that. I think I went back far enough. But anyways, I'll post that short here after a little bit, and then y'all can see Naomi's big old giant smile on her face. Catfish Fresno said he stopped doing YouTube, just doing Facebook now. Yeah, I think people are doing it for different reasons. I mean, it's your guys' pages and channels. You do what you want. I don't do as much as I should. I don't advertise as much as I should, for sure. I mean, some of these, like I said, some of these other guys that do jigs or do rod holders, they'll post 10 times a day. And I got a life. I mean, I spend time with my wife and my kids right now because of things that are going on in the family. Family first, this stuff second. Y'all know how it goes. If I do miss your comments, I apologize. Like I said, I just don't catch it all. President, we'll have to see what you said. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for a long time as my, as well. And sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes you think you're doing good and you just don't get that many views. But I just put it in God's hands, and if they watch, they watch. And I would do, like I said, I would do more if I had, time and a place. The problem is I tie jigs in my living room and it gets so noisy in here. I keep saying I'm going to do a live, and sometimes I'll do a live if Naomi goes grocery shopping and stuff. So I mean, but it's just jig tying, and I am going to go fishing today, and I got the phone charged up this time, so maybe I might go live. We're gonna, I'm gonna try to go to the lease, look Gregory's lease that we got for him, and if we go there, I got decent signal, so we might. I don't know. I haven't decided. Sometimes he doesn't like going live because when we're at the lease, because he just runs around and does his thing, and he ain't never, hardly ever get him on camera until he catches one. Then he comes running back saying, "Look what I got, Dad." But also, when I'm on a live, he doesn't talk. He knows I'm on a live, so he won't say nothing. Yeah, we like watching the Castaway Show, and a lot of times I watch it, but I won't mention nothing because it kind of spooks Gregory, and he just kind of doesn't say much if I get in there and start talking a bunch of stuff. Yeah, at least I didn't say I catch fish on the show. You still have never heard Gregory's voice? There's a lot of people that haven't. I think on the last video card that I gave to Rex, um, I think I got Gregory talking on there. But there is one video that we put out a few months back where, and I mean, it's a few months back, uh, where you can hear Gregory faintly talking in the background. Yeah, I know a guy that fishes off a jet ski. His is all rigged up, rod holders, fish finder, and all that kind of stuff. We're as soon as I sell my boat, I still haven't sold the pontoon yet. We got it marked down to 6,500. As soon as I sell it, though, I'm gonna go buy me a kayak and buy Gregory a kayak. Just I got to get a better kayak for Gregory. The one he's got is a Walmart special, and it's too tippy for him, so he's kind of scared of it as well. And the kayak don't hurt my back. Smaller waves, they don't catch the waves the same as a boat, so the kayak doesn't hurt my back. So I actually like the kayak. And kayak you do in a little calmer water too, so you're not, in that rough water. We'll start off with just, basic kayak, and I would like to get a Sin 12 foot. Kansas Chad Outdoor, Mike Campy, how y'all doing? I'll probably miss some people, and like I said, I apologize for that. But trying to get some stuff done here. yeah, we get some kayaks, and I'll probably wait till the spring to actually find some. And I may even, instead of buying a new one, like right now they're on sale again at Bass Pro, $750 for the T12. But I might find some used ones online, even if it's not in a sand. I just like the sand. They're very stable. My 10 foot are just too heavy for it. I make the back sink, and then the water, they got the holes in the bottom that allow the water to drain. they allow, I got a boy, frog in my throat. But they allow the water to drain, which also when you hit, some waves, it splashes up on you, get you all wet. And they got the little plugs that you put in there, but they the water will actually push them out. But Gregory likes being on the kayak. He just don't like the the unstableness of it. And he definitely wears his life jacket when he's on the kayak too, because he can't swim. He can kind of doggy paddle, but he panics. That's the problem. Hey, River Rat. Marketplace for buying a kayak, save hundreds, maybe thousands, depending on what kind. Yeah, I was on there the other day looking, and there was some nice kayaks on there. There was some pedal drives, and that's what Gregory wants because he wants a pedal drive so he can haul it. Pedal drive, he'd be able to go faster than me because I'm now since I've had the heart attack, I'm kind of scared about paddling too fast and overworking my heart and then have a heart attack on the water again. But I guess they're telling me that my heart attack was uh, due to my blood and the clotting factor and all that I had going on. And now that I'm on blood thinners and the beta blockers and eating clean and all that stuff, my arteries actually clearing up, which is a good thing. I've lost 55 pounds now. Still got another 25 to 35 to go. I'd like to get down to 175, 185, right around in there. I'd just be really good to get. I mean, I just a little bit more, and I'll be under that 200 mark, and that was my first goal, just to get under 200 pounds. Yeah. You can tell that I'm thinning out, getting a little bigger. So, been doing some light lifting weight, just trying to maintain shape and a little bit of exercise there, but I don't push it too much. I kind of pushed it a little bit over the summer and probably doing too much for my heart. So now I'm back to just, twice a week, 3 times a week, I'll pick up the dumbbells and play around with them in the morning, but that's about it. You've been kayaking all over the place for bait. How's that been working with your heart? Doing pretty good? River Rat? Got a John boat that I'm thinking go overboard with a kayak. Yeah, and that's that's me too. Is if I get a kayak, I'm gonna want a battery. I'm gonna want some at least side sonar, if not forward facing. Um, they got some cheaper forward facings now, but I mean, you can get money into a kayak. You could have thousands of dollars. It may cost only $1,000 for the kayak, or in my case, 750. And then, but if you start outfitting it with side sonar and or forward facing. Side sonar's under 1,000. Forward facing, you're getting into the couple $1,000s. But they do have a Lowrance, I think, that's only around $1,000. It's a very small screen. And I heard some stuff that it wasn't as great as the more expensive ones, but I can see that. Money is usually tied to good quality stuff. So then, but I would uh, I would actually like to get back into kayaking. It would give me a little bit more exercise and stuff, and you know, got to be careful not to overdo it. I keep praying that my health holds, but if it don't, it's His will, and if He wants to take me home, then He's going to take me home regardless. At least I know that I'm saved and I know where I'm going. I just don't want to leave Naomi to have to deal with life by herself. That's why I figured I better do what I can to stay here on Earth as long as possible. Of course, then we find out that Naomi's got stuff going on with her, so we just got to deal with things as they come and realize that it's God's will that things are happening. Hey, Tom, LT Bass, good morning to you. Getting breakfast started. Yeah, I had basically an egg and a half, but I had it as 3 deviled eggs left over from last night. That's what I ate for breakfast. Two cups of coffee and a bottle of water. That's what I had this morning. I think I'm low on electrolytes again, which isn't a good thing if you've had heart problems. You got to keep your electrolytes going because I've been to the bathroom too many times this morning for the amount of water I drank. And usually when that happens, your body's dumping electrolytes out too. But it's been kind of warm the last few days, and I've been in the shop doing stuff and getting hot, and then have to come in the house and cool off. My wife keeps saying I'm overdoing it again, but I got things to get done. We did get, like I said, we got Tim's Forerunner tore apart, and then again, he's the one that did most of the work. I just kind of stand in guard, watching, helping when need to. It's good to let the kids learn this stuff themselves and not, just do it for them. At least he has the confidence to get in there and get it done and do it himself than have a shop, do it. I have all the tools. Even if we don't, we make some. We did make a tool for the Forerunner to get the lower pulley off, basically. Um, not the uh, not the harmonic balancer. We use the puller for that, but there's another the drive belt pulley for the timing. Because on the Toyota, the timing belt's like 2 inches wide, inch and a half wide, something like that. But you got to, in order to change that front seal out, you got to make it. Yeah, we had to make a tool because I wasn't going to spend $200 on a tool that I can make out of 2 bolts in the square tube. And it, like I said, we got the water pump and all that off, and now we're just waiting for parts to put it all back together. So this water pump, we took that water pump off of there, and that bearing and that water pump was shot. So as soon as we took his cover off, you could just see antifreeze going everywhere up underneath there. And his water pump, you could hold the housing of the water pump and then grab the pulley. You can move it literally that much. So it was shot. And he's got a trip coming up to Arkansas Friday with his girlfriend. They're going to go down there and do some fishing and camping and do some four-wheel driving in this rig. So he's got to have it done. Like I said, if he doesn't get his parts, in time, he's going to be working on it Thursday night or Friday morning before he leaves. So I didn't get that very quick. Get that feather off there. Sometimes these feathers, one side of them is a little off. But I got to line up. So like one side of the feather may grow longer than the other side. So it makes an illusion that the feather is not even at the end and just doesn't look right to me. All right, so y'all ready for a giveaway? Let's go ahead and let me let me lock these two little feathers in here real quick, and then we'll get the giveaway going. Open another tab. And nope, I didn't get it ready this morning, but it don't matter. I'm in here. Oh, I guess I gotta share that screen, don't I? There you go. I'll get it right sooner or later. Good morning, Deborah. All right, now back to find this jig. But also, like I said, if you don't want to win, if you don't win jigs and you want some jigs, get a hold of me and I'll send you out a few. We're having a deal this month where you just pay the shipping, and I'll get you a few jigs. And my PayPal and my Cash App is just double hook angling. So as you know, in the Cash App, you put the dollar sign before it. PayPal, just type in double hook angling, and you'll find me. Website is still not finished. I apologize for that. You know, busy life. My buddy Rex, that is the co-host, here in Double Hook. He is building the website, but like I said, it's just issues with it. So we'll get it done eventually. Give it time. Until then, just get a hold of me and I'll sell you some gigs, sell you a hat, sell you a t-shirt, sell you a rod. I think Ellie went back outside, dear. She's over here huffing at me. You hear me? I didn't know if you had your hearing aid in or not. In other words, no. I had somebody one time go, "Why do you yell at your wife?" I said, "I'm not yelling at her. I'm talking loud enough so she can hear me because she ain't wearing a hearing aid. She don't like wearing it. I think she don't like to hear what people have to say." Hey, Waist Deep, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, and there you go. There again, all giveaways on Double Hook is Continental 48 only. Shipping costs too much to get outside, and I'm not paying tariffs on stuff. So good luck to everybody with getting in there. And if you don't have your hashtag in, get in there. We'll let it go for a little bit longer, and then we'll give away some jigs. There'll be jigs of my choice, and I do have some stuff tied up already. And you may not get jigs that are tied. You may just get jigs that have a bait keeper on, so you can use the rubbers of your choice, the plastics of your choice, whatever you want to call it. I've been kind of wanting to do give away some of them as well as I make. They are on these 2X hooks, and that's what I've been using. I've been using some plastics lately. There's a gentleman, Swing 'em in Bait Company. They're here local in Kansas, and I say local. I think they're in Lawrence, so that's a few hours away. But they're local to us, Kansas, and I really like his baits. They hold up really well, and they've got some killer colors. So go check him out, Swing 'em in Bait Company. I've been posting a few things on Facebook about them. It's kind of helped him. Since I like the baits really well, I've been supporting him as far as posting stuff. We caught a crappie the other day. Like I said, we ate them for dinner. They was good, but they gave me indigestion. That whole fry thing. Been using peanut oil to fry in. Um, I know it's not the healthiest, but it's better than vegetable oil. It's a nice, clean tasting oil. But only do it once in a while. I'm not. I am also not a big fish eater. I would rather eat a steak or chicken. All right, so let's go ahead and do this giveaway. Because Gregory's home. Oh, Gregory's still down there. Hey, I'm on a live. So let's do this giveaway, guys. And let me go back. Let me go back up to my tab here. Good luck, everybody. Let's see who wins today. River Rat 3030, Ernest. That's awesome. I'll get you out your package this week. All right, so let's get rid of that. Next week, we're going to be doing a giveaway that includes that box of gear that I showed you that I got on clearance from Walmart. So we have this gear here. So, Aaron, I will have your screws later this afternoon. They didn't have any down there, and I'll have your screws to screw your thing back up this afternoon. So I'll just do it tomorrow morning. Is that okay? Um, hold on a minute. Let me. Um, I'm gonna mute. All right, I had talk car stuff. My brother-in-law, he has a Ford Focus, and his belt that covers like the skid plate thing up underneath there. The people that changed his oil, they did not uh, put his put the screws back in there all the way, and half of them fell out. And then he was driving home, and the skid plate come down, and he was dragging it all the way back. So he got a bunch of bungees out and bungee corded up everything to where it's all holding up there, but it's not holding up there very well. He came over yesterday and asked me if I'd fix it, and told him I would because it's just a matter of getting underneath there and screwing it back up. But they take special screws. They're T30 screws, so we'll get I'll get those this afternoon, and then we'll put them in. I just muted it because he's so loud. He's deaf as well, and he talks very loud. And if I get them this morning, I may just do it today. Call him and say, "Hey, I got the screws," and do it this morning. It won't take long. Like I said, it'll take longer to get the jack out and jack up his car and take off the bungee cords off his car than putting them screws in there. And then I told him when he goes back in to get his oil changed again, tell them that what happened. Hand him the receipt that I'm going to give him. I know, and it's a Ford dealership, so that's the problem. I do not care for Ford. Some of their cars are okay, but this car that he's got, they put 6 transmissions in it, and it only has 135,000 miles on it. So it's got that stupid CVT stuff, and that's the issue. But like I said, I don't care for Ford. They're hard to work on. Their parts are expensive, and they do weird stuff every 2 years to make it to where it's not the same. I'm a Chevy guy, and there'll be a lot of you that don't like Chevy, but I had a Chevy before that had the Chevy Tick, and everybody's like, "Oh, your engine's going to blow up." You know what? That thing lasted me another 4 years, and I sold it, and then the next guy drove it for 3 years before he sold it. So put another 150,000 miles on it with the Chevy Tick. My pickup truck now is starting to get the Chevy Tick, and I've got a 6.2. Everybody's like, "Oh, they're not going to fix it. They're not going to." Well, I still got 65,000 miles on my warranty that I bought when I bought my truck, and my year is a 14, which is not included in the recall. The recall is 15 through 20, I believe. So mine's not included in that. So if something happens to mine, they're going to fix it. And if they don't, my attorney will make them. Because don't think I won't. I mean, for 6.2 is like a $15,000 engine. And not like if a 5.3, where you can buy a brand new 5.3 for like $3,500 out of the crate. Well, 6.2 is going to cost you quite a bit more because it's an all aluminum 6.2. Mine's the 420 some horsepower and 500 and some foot-pound of torque, and it'll tow just about anything. Even though I've been thinking about getting a diesel, but with all this stuff happening with Naomi, I'm gonna stay with the truck I have. So unless I can find me an '07, '08 diesel, if I could find me an '07, '08 diesel, I would probably go ahead because that was pre-def and don't have to worry about all that crap. And that round here, I mean, you can still find those '07, '08 diesels for very reasonable price. Oh, by the way, that wasn't Gregory that came home. That was Matt and Aaron. So I do apologize getting everybody excited. Gregory still. Aaron said Gregory was still waiting in line to check out. He'll be home directly. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. So Ernest, I will. I may not get your jigs out today. You're going to get a bait rag as well as a sticker. Um, I may not get them out today, but I will get them out Monday. It just depends on how Naomi feels about going to the post office. I stopped going to the post office because they keep locking the handicap door. The wind blows it open. That's their excuse. I'll fix the door. And they don't realize, I mean, I've told our postmaster several times that, that's a violation of my rights, the federal law that they have to have that door open. And she wants to argue with me about it, saying, "Oh, well, you could call when you come up here." Well, the problem is when you call, they don't answer the phone. Yeah, I might just have to call the state postmaster. I kind of threatened to sue her over it, but that was because she was being a capital P, telling me she didn't care and stuff like that. Well, that's fine if that's how you want to run your post office. I mean, you're the postmaster, but federal law states otherwise. Just do your job or don't have a job. I'm not out to just be an a-hole and sue everybody, but when it comes to the government, sometimes you just got to do it. Get the point across. But like I said, I got what we was talking about is I got a 2014 Chevy High Country, first year of the High Country, all aluminum, uh, 6.2 liter. I got the good transmission, the heavy duty. Mine is a heavy half, even though they don't call it a heavy half. Mine has the gross vehicle weight of a heavy half. And then I have trailer gain and that, the other amenities that come with that. So, and it'll pull like crazy. The problem is when you're pulling something really heavy, a car on a car trailer or something like that. I get 8 miles to the gallon. You just, but I also have a Borla exhaust on there that was on there when I bought the truck. It's loud. I wouldn't have put that exhaust on there myself, but I'm not taking it off because it's a $2,000 exhaust. But it gets it where when you do get on it, it is a good sound, even though it's very loud. People definitely know that you are passing them. My wife can hear me start the truck in the morning, and that's one reason why I do like loud exhaust. Is if I'm in the house and it's wintertime and I push the auto start, I can hear my truck start. I'm not sitting there guessing if it started or not. Gregory is still sitting in line. Is that what the deal was? He'll be home shortly. Also, when it takes him this long, you know, he's usually got plenty of stuff in line. When he comes home early, usually he's empty-handed. So the fact that he's still gone means he's probably found something. Come on, David, get that there. Whoop! I'm pushing buttons. What I push? Oh, I'm getting the little red thing around my timer. StreamYard must not be happy with me running this month. Been trying to get me to upgrade my account. Just means that they're not going to want. They don't record it. Keep record of it. You just got to rely on YouTube to do that. I didn't like how short that one was, so I'm going to eliminate it and put another one up in there. Getting short there. That's how big a piece I was trying to hold on to. Lisa, blanket hello to everybody. That's the best way to do it. I don't have to type too much. Oh, that one broke off. Put that one apart for myself. I didn't get a double knot in it. Yeah, this year. I mean, here's the thing with that whole Kansas Chad Outdoors said, "Do you guys go for trout when they stalk?" Yeah, we used to, but last year we only went once or twice. The stalking program in Kansas has went to crap, so they don't. I mean, they keep pushing it back further and further and further. And yeah, the places that we go, they don't keep clean. The moss gets overwhelmed. You spend more time fighting the moss than you do catching fish. There's been years past, like 15 years ago, we'd go fishing and we could catch 100 trout in one day. Catch and release and fly tying or fly fishing and stuff, because that's what we do when we go. Gregory uses spinners, so usually he gets them lip hooked for sure, and I pay attention enough that I don't usually have any swallow the hook. It's usually always lip hooked. But if we do get one that swallows it, we keep it and count it as our limit. And but the places we go, it's usually two fish, and why drive 30 miles just to catch two fish if you're going to keep them? Um, it just so but like I said though, we catch and release, and there's mixed things about catch and release on trout, and it is what it is, and I don't even know if we're going to get trout stamp this year. I asked Gregory the other day, and he was like, I don't know. I said, well, we'll get a trout stamp and go trout fishing if you want to. And he just was kind of like, I don't know. He likes to fish crappie and bluegill and green sunnies, more than anything. But he's getting into the catfishing, so he really is. The other day we were at Pratt. I did make a post about where we kept some fish and stuff. And when we were at Pratt, he did. He had a catfish rod out, and something stole his bait as a turtle, because it didn't even move the rod. Not that we've seen. He had a guard dog on it, which is a device that uh, automatically, sets the pole, makes the pole You put the pull under tension, and when they pull on the line, that guard dog falls out and sets the rod. So, but it never went off. So we're gonna do some, and then the other lake that we've been liking, we've been fishing Lake Afton early in the spring, and then it got green algae, and it got green algae so bad they shut the lake down. And we like fishing Lake Afton because it does have decent crappie in it. It's got walleye in it, or I should say saugai in it, the hybrid between sauger and walleye. It's got that in there, and got plenty of flatheads, which we've only caught a couple small flatheads out of there. Plenty of channel cat. Um, then that microwave ain't going to affect nothing, Matt. Go ahead and make the breakfast. Um, the But we really like the white perch, and Lake Afton's got some nice white perch in it. So some 13, 14 inches. Well, you didn't get nothing? Okay, come here. We're going to, instead of what you got, Gregory, we're going to say what you not got, Gregory. I guess he didn't find any finds today. Come here, Gregory. Your fans want to at least see you. So show them what you got. Nothing. You didn't get nothing, did you? All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. That was a bust for today. I guess all you did is sit here and watch me tie jigs and waited for Gregory to come around for nothing. I do apologize for that. What'd you get? Here, why don't you go get what you got a couple weeks ago, your coat, and show them? I know that you've been real proud of that, and you've been telling everybody about that. So you can, for those that weren't in here a couple weeks ago, Gregory did get a nice winter coat. Well, show them. For those that are new in here, this is Gregory. He's the other half of Double Hook Angling. He's a 28-year-old autistic adult that has a lot of fun because he still acts like a child or a kid, however you want to say it. Still act like a kid a lot, don't you, Gregory? Still play with cars and all that, right? You like your Hot Wheels? How many Hot Wheels you got? A lot? Probably 500, 600 of them? You think you got that many? I know you got a few hundred of them anyways, don't you? So, but this is the coat that he got. Hold it up so they can see. Turn it around. Well, they don't need to see the inside. They want to see. There you go. Even though it's camouflage, we could see you in that one, can't we? You see, he always wears camouflage clothing or darker browns and stuff like that. So sometimes he's in the rocks fishing and squatted down, 50 to 100 yards away, and I got to really squint to see where he's at. Okay, Shirley T, you be blessed. Yep, we're going to go ahead and call it here. We're going to go see if we can go fishing. You want to go fishing today at the lease, Gregory? Huh? Yes? No? Maybe? He's not going to answer. He's looking at something. What are you looking at? Oh, he's looking at breakfast food. Sometimes you don't find anything. Yep, that's right. All right. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. Um, Congratulations to Ernest. Like I said, we'll get that package out either today or Monday. I got a couple other things that need to be mailed off too, so we might talk Mom into going up there today. If we do go to the lease today, we will record it, and if if I can remember, we'll, or if I got good enough signal. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes I have signal there, and sometimes I don't. I wonder if it's because of the way I park my truck. If I put the truck behind me to block some of the wind, I think the tower is that way as well, so it just kind of affects it. Chad, I do greatly appreciate that. Kansas Chad said, thank you for everything. Really enjoy the live. Great show today as always. Ernest said, great show. Joe Bob said, um, may God bless everybody. Life is good. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. That's Norman. I do appreciate y'all, and God is good. And we have to submit to His will, whether we like it or not, because He's going to do what He's going to do. And we just have to be submissive and understand that, sometimes that's the way things go, and there's always a reason for stuff. Like Naomi and the cancer, and me and my heart attack and my health. And, last year we were getting some scares thinking that, all these spots on me was cancer, but so far they've just been, they haven't been nothing. So, and now Naomi, with her breast and in her thigh, the tumors that she has, will be, doing that. Naomi does have an appointment on October 27th, so y'all can pray about that. And it's for a more high definition scan, and she's done some blood work. They, went ahead and had her do a Cologuard, also to see if she's got some other cancers. They're just going to start poking and prodding her to make sure everything is good. We're doing some, home stuff as far as the way we eat and some other things to kind of mitigate things. There's some home remedies that used to be available. With my mother-in-law being a doctor, Naomi's mama was a doctor, but she was an old-timey doctor. So she's almost 80. I think she's 77 now. But when she got started in medicine, they actually wanted to treat and cure you, not just treat and keep treating so they can make money. She told us a few home remedies that we can do. One of them is very simple. If you don't know, our bodies are alkaline. We need minerals. We need salt, things like that. So if you do a little bit of baking soda and some molasses, that gives you plenty of minerals and other stuff that kills a lot of bacteria. And it even does, there's going to be people that say it doesn't do nothing, and those are people that buy into the whole pharmaceutical, big pharma stuff. We don't believe in that. That's all a bunch of crap. So you can heal your body with what God gave us on this earth. You just have to know what to do and do it and implement it and put it into place. So that's all I got to say about that. And I do appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for being here. God bless each and every one of you. God bless everybody that is out there that's not watching as well. Be kind to each other. Do unto others as you would want done unto you. And let's just stop all the BS and fighting in this country and just get along. So y'all take care. Y'all have a blessed day. Go tie something. Go do something. Go build something. Go be something. So we're out of here. Nubby, we're leaving, brother. Yeah. Some people just come in. I think the time zones is what throws people off. So it's 8:05 Central Standard Time is when I have the show on Friday. And like I said, we'll start doing some more stuff later on. But like I said, everybody be blessed, and we're out of here.